Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about journaling, what to do and what not to do. Shroudy Gaming left a comment, give me some tips for journaling, so that's exactly what I'm going to do for you here. So first of all, let's talk about what not to do. And I want to talk about this because I really kind of messed up with this approach in the past to journaling. So what I did was I'd write down all the things I didn't want to do and I'd try and tick them off. So I'd have a list of things like do not look at Instagram, like don't play video games, don't eat sugary food, and I try and tick them off, and it was actually very detrimental, and I actually would have been better off not journaling at all than taking that approach. So you really want to avoid writing down things that you're trying to avoid in your journal, and instead you want to focus on two other main things. The first thing that we want to think about is like, why are we actually journaling? Because you can watch a YouTuber and they say, yeah, you should journal every day. That's probably what I've said in past videos, and that's true. I believe that is true. I think it's very, very good for you. But why? Like, what is the core purpose behind this journaling habit? And I would say it serves two main purposes. The first purpose, direction. Now, in the past, I would kind of wake up and think, what am I going to do today? Maybe I'd just go to school, I'd come home, and then, there'd be no plans at all. I'd probably play video games, eat some pretty terrible snacks, maybe see some friends, and life was alright, but I didn't actually have any direction at all. And I suppose that was okay when I was younger, just growing up, like I'm like 15 or whatever. But then I kind of carried those habits into my work life. So I'd go to work and get it done, come home, not really know what to do, maybe play some more video games, maybe look at some porn, chill out. And it just wasn't really a great lifestyle because there was no true direction. There wasn't really any plan. So what I do nowadays is I write down 6 things that I really want to achieve each day. And I do this the night before the day that I want to achieve those things. And that's really important because I do believe that your morning routine starts the night before, because you start to think about things and then get it into your subconscious while you sleep, and then you wake up and it's like, right, I know exactly what I need to do. There's no question about what I need to do now. So yeah, write these things down the night before is one of my biggest tips actually. But yeah, what I do is write down 6 things. Today, for example, the first thing was 1 hour meditation. And I do that before I do anything else, before I use technology in particular. So it will just be a case of going to the toilet, brushing my teeth, and then it's 1 hour meditation. And then once that's done, move on to the next task. And today that is complete a competitor analysis, some work I'm doing right now for my company, then post 1 YouTube video. So hopefully going to post this in just a moment, and then post 1 podcast episode. Go check that out, by the way. It's called How to Quit Porn. It's a podcast where I just talk about quitting porn really. Hopefully that's useful to you. And then I've got 2 videos to edit, and that's my 6 goals for the day. So that's that done. That's the kind of direction. Today I've woken up and I just know exactly what I need to do, so there's not really any gaps or space for sort of ill discipline or maybe indecision to creep in. I really don't like indecision, and I do believe that discipline does equal freedom, as Jocko Willink talks about quite a lot. So first thing, direction. Get your direction sort of sorted by just writing down what you want to achieve the next day, and do that before bed. And then what you want to probably have is this second sort of core reason for journaling, which is freedom from thought. So we live in a world today where everything's moving at a crazy pace, and we have around 7,000 thoughts a day. There's so much information to consume. There's so much going on around us. And sometimes it's just really nice to have a safe, open space where you can write down sort of what you're feeling, what your thoughts are like, and also summarize just how things are going for you at the moment. So it's just giving you some space away from being so involved in those thoughts, and putting them down on paper just creates a little bit of distance, which is really, really healthy and will help you sort of keep your attention on what you do want and just keep moving forward rather than getting stuck and overly involved in negative patterns of thoughts, which are going to create some pretty horrible sensations and feelings, and you're going to want to avoid them, and then you'll end up like playing video games or scrolling social media like I used to do all the time when I got overly involved in thoughts and emotions and wanted to escape them. So they're the two things you want to do with journaling. Yeah, they're my two tips. Is number one, write down 6 goals per day, or however many goals you have. It's totally up to you. Just don't put too many things and try and make them as realistic and achievable as possible. And then have a big open space for you to write down sort of thoughts, feelings, how you're doing, and sort of measure the day as a whole. Just try not to have it focused around what you don't want in life. That's the biggest mistake I made. Hopefully this video has been useful, and I'll see you in the next one.